Like always, 2024, come see him today.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning and welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I am super excited because we have some special guests today. Miss Barb Beseker from the Mooresville Garden Club and Tracy Comier from Mooresville Realty. We're going to get into talking about their organizations, and you'll find out why they're here and how they're connected with Mooresville Parks and Recreation. How is everybody doing this morning?
Good morning.
Fabulous.
Good. I know the weather's, it's a little chillier this morning, but I feel like I feel the spring coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it this weekend. Saturday was terrible.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I think Barb would probably concur, we know that April, or in this case, March showers bring beautiful flowers eventually. And I know my yard is starting to pop a little bit. So I'm looking forward to getting outside and spending a little time in the yard. Doing those wonderful flowers. And Barb brought us some seeds here, and these are what, Barbara? Zinnias. And I understand that you planted these originally, and then you harvested these seeds.
Right. So the Mooresville Garden Club also works with Feed and See, which we all know and love. And last year I had an opportunity to actually plant the little seeds from the little packets that Lowe's gave. And so they provide the packets, Lowe's did, and in each packet's like 10 seeds maybe. And I thought, whoa, that's not very many. So we had to go out and buy more seeds. So I waited to the end of the summer when the flowers were finished and the seed heads were done. They dry up, and I harvested them. So one day I just went over there and picked a whole bucket full of them, and then took them home, let them air dry really well. And after about a month, I put them in containers, and that's what you have there. Wow. So I had anticipated I'll take it back either to, you guys can take it back to your studio or wherever, and we can start over with
that
new plants.
Is so thoughtful. And do you know why that it is super fitting for today?
Why?
Because today, March 12th, is National Plant a Flower Day.
There you got it.
Wow. Did you know that?
Wow. Look at Christine bringing the deets and connecting the dots.
Yes.
I would consider this the ultimate form of recycling.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just buying new plants, you take the seeds off the existing ones. So I really love that. Well, thank you for bringing those. I know Christine and I will both enjoy those.
Yes, definitely. We're going to plant a flower today. Hopefully I can get to, I don't know if I can do it today, but I'll definitely do it in honor of Plant a Flower Day. Thank you. Well, I've been scanning the headlines, so you don't have to.
And that's called In the News.
In the news,
Okay.
right? So, Mooresville Las Amigas has a pinto bean supper to fund scholarships that's coming up. Mooresville chapter of Las Amigas, they actually do quite a few things in the community. And on March 15th from 4 to 8 p.m., they are holding this pinto bean supper at Heritage House, which is on 494 East Plaza Drive. They actually have that banquet space, which is actually becoming a hot venue in our area. And it's a drive-through supper that will feature pinto beans, fatback, slaw, cornbread, and cake.
Okay, you do know that we're getting to lunchtime.
I know.
You're going to hear my stomach growling any moment now. So you talk about food. That just sounds
I'm
really
hungry.
Good. I know.
Right?
Pinto beans and fatback.
Yeah.
How southern is that?
I
right?
know.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm seriously going to go get a plate because it sounds so good. So they've actually been doing this for about 20 years, and they raise money for scholarships for area students. So that's pretty cool.
Right.
All right. What else you got going? I see you have several things in the news today.
Yeah. Well, you know that, performing arts is very close to my heart because that's what we do, arts and events. So there's actually an Irish trio called Socks in the Frying Pan, and they're performing at our local Kane Center for the Arts. And that's going to be on March 15th at 8 p.m. So if you've never heard, I know it's a strange name, Socks in the Frying Pan, but they are really good. And if you love that Irish, sound, they're actually a multi-award winning band from Ennis, County Clare, Ireland. they're Irish, the mecca of the traditional Irish music. That was my Irish accent, if you didn't know. It probably sounds Russian. That's all I can do.
You were rushing through it. That's what that was.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But they've actually released 3 studio albums. They've toured in 46 U.S. states, dozens of countries, every continent, playing at some of the largest festivals in the world. And that sound, their sax sound, combines that virtuosic musicianship with that burning passion, that Irish music, that sound that we love. But doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. And tickets are $25 to $45. And you can go to canearts.org for more info.
I tell you what I really like are the Irish dancers. That is
Yeah.
always fun to watch. My mother-in-law, she's at an assisted living facility, and we went over there this past weekend, and they had a dance troupe, Irish dance, and it just reminded me how much fun that is and the discipline associated with that dancing. If you've ever watched them, how rigid their upper body is and how their feet are just going a million miles an hour. Such a talent. It's such a talent. I love to watch it.
And it's beautiful. And I love Irish music. Celtic Woman. It's so moving. It makes me tear up every time I hear it. I love that music.
Well, you've mentioned some of the things that are happening around town. I always like to point out some things that are kind of national. I have said for a while now that, there's a day for everything, right? And every day has multiple things going on. And so I like to point out some. Obviously, we know March is St. Patrick's Day is coming, right? And obviously, there's some events happening downtown. You want to give a shout out to that real quick? What's happening downtown?
Yeah, downtown we have Shamrocks and Shenanigans. That's March 16th happening downtown. And then Uncorking Artsy coming up April 5th.
Okay. So in addition to St. Patrick's Day this year, on the 18th of this year is Global Recycling Day. And we talked earlier about recycling seeds. So it's not just about recycling trash, right? There's a lot of ways that you can recycle, obviously environmentally friendly in that respect. And within the Parks and Rec ecosystem, we have recycling containers at a lot of our facilities and parks. So we would encourage you to use those. In 19th of this month, and this will be close to your heart, Barb, is National Agricultural Day.
Didn't know that.
So in addition to the flower day that we have today, plant a flower, we have National Agricultural Day coming up on the 19th. And obviously that's close to the Parks and Rec heart because we obviously, as I was mentioning earlier to Tracy, we have 17 parks within Parks and Recreation. And a big shout out to our Park Services guys for maintaining over 500 acres of park land within Mooresville. They do a great job. So big shout out to them. And then, on the 20th of this month, something we could all use more of, it's International Day of Happiness. So, quite frankly, I think that should be every day.
Yeah.
But
I'm happy every day.
Are you really, Christine?
I really am.
Okay.
I really try to find the joy. It's every day for me.
All right. Well, that's great. Well, I will try to, take some of that vibe from you and ingest it on every day, but certainly on the 20th of this month on National Day of Happiness. So obviously we will get into more with our guests, Tracy and Barb, and what they have going on. We appreciate them taking time out of their day to spend some time with us. And we're going to talk about the big event that is coming up here in Mooresville. Christine, you want to say what that is again?
Mooresville Day, March 23rd. Downtown, it's happening.
All right. Well, we will talk more about that when we get back here on WSIC, I Heart Mooresville.
Woohoo.
Be right back with more I Heart Mooresville on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Maybe you're super happy about this. Forecasting our warmest week of the year so far, and a couple of dry days too. Maybe the yard won't be so soggy. A mostly sunny day of weather as temperatures climb up to around 70 this afternoon. We'll drop it back into the mid-40s with a mostly clear sky overnight and gradually warming up little by little, day by day. Mid-70s tomorrow, even close to 80 by the time we get to Thursday. No rain in the forecast until Friday evening. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Happy St. Patty's Day! Plenty of fun and adventure happening around the entire area this weekend. Downtown Cornelius, downtown Mooresville, DeVos State Vineyards in Troutman, and so much more. As always, we hope you have a fun and safe time celebrating. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts. Pottery for Teens, Paint, 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 Broadway Through the Ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Hey, coin collectors! This is your weekend too. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show at the Statesville Civic Center is this weekend, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. This Saturday, Eagle Rentals in Statesville is having their Customer Appreciation Day. Come out to Eagle Rentals from noon until 4 p.m. and enjoy some time that is sure to be fun for the whole family. 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day, this Saturday. MerleFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right. Welcome back to Heart Mooresville. I'm your host, Don Smyle, along with my co-host, Christine Patterson. And it is a beautiful day outside. I am excited about this week. I just have my fingers crossed that it will not rain this weekend, because it seems to have done that every weekend in recent memory.
I know.
And we do
I'm
need,
over it.
We do need the rain, but the weekend is a great opportunity to get outside, enjoy.
Yeah.
Now that the time has changed, we have a little bit more time in the evening, which I really love because I don't have to rush home and try to cut the grass in the dark.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
We're
always
just
good.
hoping for good weather on the 23rd.
Yes, this is true. We're not going to cross our fingers because we would jinx it. We had amazing weather for all of our events last year, and we're just going to go with that theme.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We've already put in for it. It's happening.
Okay, good. And I think you probably know people, right?
Yeah, I speak it into existence.
Okay.
I have that power.
Okay, great.
So it's going to be beautiful.
So we are here today talking with our special guest, Barb Beseker from the Mooresville Garden Club and Tracy Comier from Mooresville Realty. And we're gonna kind of talk about some of the things that are going on in their world that are related to what's coming up in our world, which is Mooresville Day.
Yes.
And, as I mentioned earlier, this is the second annual Mooresville Day. We started this in 2023 as part of the 150 celebrations, and it was such a hit. It seems appropriate that if we're going to celebrate all things Mooresville, that Mooresville Day should be a part of that moving forward. So Christine's team decided that was an event they were going to keep. So moving forward from this day forward, hopefully, we'll have Mooresville Day every year.
Yes, we are so excited for this event. I'm like giddy for people to see what is going to be set up.
Well, do tell, what is happening? What can people expect when they come?
Okay, so we have like zones. We have created these spaces on Mooresville Day that people are really going to be able to just get in their element, and no matter if you are there for the food trucks, if you're there for the breweries because you want to sample all the best beers, which we have a new one opening up, High Branch Brewery. So all of our breweries have been so amazing, and they all participate in every event that we do. So you truly get a sampling of every brewery in Mooresville. And now High Branch is actually opening on Main Street. And so this is the first look at High Branch Brewery. So people will get to sample that. So whether you're there for the amazing breweries I just mentioned, or the food trucks, 23 we will have.
Wow.
Yeah. 23 food trucks. Or if you want to ride the amusement rides, because we're going to have a Ferris wheel and the Paris Trooper and train rides and, all the things. Or the inflatables. I mean, we have 100-foot in like fun house inflatable.
Wow.
Yeah. And then 100 or a 50-foot train that you can like, crawl through. Like kids are going to be just out of their minds. So excited. I just can't wait for them to see that. They're going to be able to mine for gems. We have gem mining. We have, of course, the stage area where we're going to have live performances, and the school mascot dance competition will happen. So all of our local schools are going to come out and just throw down in front of the stage. And it's just so high energy and so much fun.
And if you like to shop.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have an artisan market. This is actually our first year.
Wonderful.
65 plus artisans, local artisans all along Broad Street. It's really amazing. I can't wait for people to come and see the just variety of everything we have. And then to top it all off, we partner with a company called Sigmund Theatrical, and they are amazing. So last year we had the 9-foot tall robot Turbo. And there's just something about seeing a 9-foot tall robot doing the cha-cha slide that just sticks with you. It's hilarious and it's just memorable. And so we'll have Turbo back. We'll have the living statue back. And I just love how she freaks people out because it looks like a statue and then she moves and the kids are like, oh, it's just so amazing. So we'll have the street performers, and then they will be setting up an interactive walkthrough experience at John Franklin Moore Park called the Wizard of Oz experience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have partnered with our friends at Mooresville Garden Club to help us create this experience. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing, Barb.
Yeah, so when Leslie called me from the garden club, I thought, okay, well, I got to get a group of people together to pull this off. And so I put it out at our last meeting. I said, hey, who wants to help do this? So I got a group of people, and we met with Leslie last week. And when she told me the idea of Wizard of Oz, my brain just started flying. I thought, oh, we could do that and that and that and that. And then she said, and we'd really like to have poppies. I thought, poppies, they're not in season. This is not going to happen. So what can I do? And then I remembered a couple years ago, I created some poppies with a group of my garden club friends because we took it off of somebody else from the bottom of a water bottle. So we are collecting water bottles, and the town is working, saw the email that you're collecting them for us. So we cut the bottom half-inch off the bottom of a water bottle, the individual size, spray paint them red with a black center with the little yellow dots, and put them on a stick or like a coat hanger. And then those go in the ground. And I'm hoping to have 1,000. I don't know if we're going to make 1,000.
I don't know. We have boxes in our office for you of water bottles, so we'll see.
So those will be all over the Moore Park. We also have a little venue where you can take pictures of you and your family. It's a big poster of Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Straw Man, and the Lion. And so you put your little face in there, and so you can get a picture of that. And the town was so gracious. They said, oh, we'll buy this spray chalk paint. So that whole little walkway that's already brick is going to be the yellow brick road of Disney.
I can't wait. I can't wait. They're actually going to get to walk through the yellow brick road and oil the Tin Man, and then we'll have all of course the live characters, and they'll get to put straw in the scarecrow and take a picture with these 9-foot mushrooms and the Wicked Witch, and it's just going to be so much fun. I think there's actually going to be flying monkeys too.
Bill,
I don't know how they're going to do that.
I think they recruited you to be the Wizard of Oz, right? Because you're the guy behind you're the guy behind our curtain. Right?
That's right. Oh, that's great.
I am the Almighty Oz.
Yes.
Wow, you're hired.
Just a guy.
You're hired. And we're gonna totally do that. That's awesome. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I mean, we couldn't make that experience happen without you. Also, we appreciate that. For sure.
Welcome.
Because the poppies are such a, big part of that. They're, kind of iconic to have that field. So we're really excited to get to do that.
Well, I think it's another example of recycling. The fact that we're taking,
Yeah.
taking these plastic bottles that normally might find their way into the general trash. Although I'm proud to say that at the one Mooresville location, we do have recycling containers, and our staff and everybody in the building has been very diligent about, collecting these water bottles for you. So
Thank you.
we may not get to 1,000, but we'll get close.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that's a very unique and interesting approach to creating poppies, because the bottom of that does kind of have that
Yeah.
resemblance,
Yep.
right?
I never thought about
cool.
that. I didn't know how you would do that. So
Mhm.
that's really cool. I can't wait to see it.
So it sounds to me, Christine, like it doesn't matter if you're 5 or 95. If
Yeah.
you come to Mooresville Day, you're going to have something to do.
Oh yeah. There will not be a lack of fun and entertainment at this event. I'm excited to see it and for people to just find their fun,
Find your fun. I love that.
right?
It is part of our tagline, right?
Right.
Parks and
Fun starts
Recreation,
here.
where the fun begins.
That's right.
We're the fun department.
Find your fun at Mooresville Day because, it may be different for everyone, but we've got you covered no matter what it is.
Well, the other individual that joined us today, Tracy, is going to be and has been a big part of a lot of the celebrations, specifically last year during the 150. So, Tracy, tell me a little bit about your background and how you came to be in Mooresville, because I know that you love it very much. So, tell us a little bit about you.
I am from Atlanta originally. So I was a flight attendant with Piedmont Airlines and
Oh,
US
wow.
Air.
I remember that.
Started in
Yeah.
Atlanta, and then they closed the Atlanta base. I was in Charlotte the entire time. Then we started having children and wanted a more small town than Charlotte, just because we wanted that small town feel. And we came to Mooresville. Schools, we've watched it grow. And so I started selling real estate in 2004 and love it. After building multiple homes of our own and fell in love with the lake.
Sure.
And we just love Mooresville.
Yeah.
And then when I was approached I was with Remax at the lake for many, many years. And then Lisa Shanudo, my broker in charge and owner of Mooresville Realty, she approached me like several years in a row. And I finally came to be with them. And it's just like being at home.
Oh, I always find it interesting how people make it to Mooresville, kind of how their story lands them
Yeah,
here.
especially I think from some of the larger, metropolitan areas that
Yeah.
we've heard, people coming from New York, coming from Atlanta, coming from LA, the fact that you could find tiny little Mooresville and
Yeah.
and want to call it home, I think is unique. What was it about Mooresville that attracted you? You mentioned, some of the things like schools and things but I mean, if you're coming from Atlanta, which is a thriving metropolis and obviously an extremely busy, vibe, what was it about Mooresville that kind of appealed to you?
Well, truly originally coming to Mooresville was because of schools.
Okay.
And our children were, going into the elementary school, and we called the Chamber of Commerce, and Mooresville's graded schools were rated so highly. And then getting off on exit 33, there was nothing there.
Right.
So we're coming from South Park, Atlanta and South Park, and I was like, wow, where is everybody? And then, crossing over the 77 over the lake at Davidson, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to leave.
Yeah, and I would think a great, industry to be in Mooresville because the houses, kind of sell themselves, right?
Yes.
So that's pretty amazing. And Mooresville Realty has been such a great partner of, the towns, especially last year with our 150th anniversary. And so, they are a volunteer partner. These events take, a staff of over 100, volunteers and staff members to put on. They are huge, festivals that are just this big project. And so we're so grateful to our volunteer partners. So thank you for.
Well, we enjoy it, and it's a blast, and we get to be out there with all the people.
Well, we appreciate it. So we're going to talk to, Tracy Comier and Barb Beseker and a little bit more about Mooresville Day after the break.
Stay in the know with all things Mooresville. Heart Mooresville continues next on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Maybe you're super happy about this. Forecasting our warmest week of the year so far, and a couple of dry days too. Maybe the yard won't be so soggy. A mostly sunny day of weather as temperatures climb up to around 70 this afternoon. We'll drop it back into the mid-40s with a mostly clear sky overnight and gradually warming up little by little, day by day. Mid-70s tomorrow, even close to 80 by the time we get to Thursday. And no rain in the forecast until Friday evening. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hello, friends. This is Dwight with Gullion's Christian Supply and Homeschool Headquarters, inviting you to join the Gullion family and staff in praising the Lord for 30 years of providing you with trustworthy and inspiring books, Bibles, music, gifts, and supplies. We so appreciate your support and friendship over all these years. With locations in King and Statesville, North Carolina, visit us again soon for encouraging fellowship and essential provisions for your Christian life. Gullion's Christian Supply and Homeschool Headquarters, where the Bible stands.
Hi, this is Susan. I'm excited to let you know that Lake Mountain Coffee is now available for private events. Our beautiful historic building with its 360-degree mezzanine has hosted many private parties, catered diners, and even an actual wedding. Please contact Andy at 704-252-1886 for more information. Thank you so much.
This is North Carolina Senator Vicki Sawyer. Join me on Fridays at 11 a.m. for our show, We're Just Saying. We'll discuss state and local politics, and as always, take your calls here on News Talk WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. For more than a quarter century, Home Depot has been a big sponsor of college football. Now it's adding hoops, striking a 3-year deal with the NCAA and a sponsorship package. Time to begin with this year's March Madness. It covers both the men's and women's basketball tournaments. Part of the strategy is timing. With the weather getting warmer, late March is when many people plan their home improvement projects while they're filling out their brackets, making it Home Depot's best time of the year. Even after the latest inflation readings showing prices up more than forecast, stocks are higher. Dow gaining 0.5%, NASDAQ and S&P up about 1%. More stocks currently rising than falling on Wall Street. It's been more than a decade since this many Americans have felt insecure about finances. A third of U.S. adults in Northwestern Mutual's 2024 Planning and Progress Survey say they don't feel financially secure. It's up from 27% last year and the highest percentage going back to 2012. A major culprit is a familiar one, the high cost of living.
Looking good, Mooresville. I mean, you're sitting at that traffic light too. Might as well be looking at something. Heart Mooresville continues now on WSIC.
And we're back with Heart Mooresville. I'm your host, Christine Patterson, with co-host Don Smyle. And we're talking to Barb Beseker of the Mooresville Garden Club and Tracy Comier with Mooresville Realty. Tracy, we've been talking a little bit about Mooresville Realty and how, they're such a big supporter of the town's programming. And then we have this Mooresville Day Festival coming up. We could not do it without, your help and volunteers. But you all have your own big event coming up this year, right?
Yes, we do. September 8th, we're going to have our second annual Mooresville Fondo.
And what is a fondo for the people that don't know? Because I honestly did not know until last year when we met to talk about the inaugural event. And I think it's cool. Obviously, there's a lot of people who know exactly what it is. But for those listening that may not know, what is a fondo?
It's just
and it's not cheese, right?
It's a group bicycle ride. Any type of bicycle. But I'd say primarily the bicycles are the ones that you see the guys on the side of the road with the water, they're slim line.
Right.
And last year we had over 200 riders, made over 60,000 for the National Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This year we expect to over double that.
Wow.
And also for the Top of the Lake Rotary Club as well.
So the Fondo, the bike ride, I remember when we were talking about this, I believe it started in downtown Mooresville, right? Mm-hmm. And then it rode basically through the 115 and the 117, and you could do increments of 25, 50, 75 miles.
Yes.
And there were stages. I think that's a pretty unique thing. I think that's really cool.
It is very cool. And also, a big shout out to the Mooresville Police.
Yes.
Who help us keep everybody safe and open the roads up for us. Probably a little frustrating.
Yes. Big shout out to the police. Yes.
Yeah, they're pros at that by
amazing.
now.
Oh,
They've done so many of those events, and they just come in and take charge.
They are excellent.
They're amazing.
and and they got their lights on, and they're so they're so put together.
Yes.
We love them.
Yeah, we are very lucky to have a great police department. So the Mooresville Fondo, while it's this great event for bike enthusiasts to come out and support and be a part of, so it's an activity that we offer, but it also has this great cause that you mentioned to help with suicide prevention. So talk to us a little bit about how that kind of came about.
Well, the owner of Mooresville Realty and Princeton Properties, the Sunudos, they ride bikes, and they were trying to think, what could we do? How could we give back? And they said, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know, but Mooresville over off Brawley, all those roads back there, they're just full of guys and women riding their bikes because it's so beautiful. The deer and the lake. I mean, it's hard not to like it.
Yeah.
So they just kind of put their heads together, and we got tons of sponsors. As you can see,
Yes.
I can't even count them all.
So I love to see when the community really gets together and supports something. It's always so nice, to see that. And I think the suicide prevention, it is such a great cause because mental health is something that is still, we don't really talk about enough. And, we see it in our schools with, local high schools. And, we've had those situations, in the last 10 years in Mooresville. So I think it is a great cause to kind of shed a spotlight on that, but it's also paired with, this kind of rising trend in Mooresville with biking. And we have these great trails in Mooresville that I think are attracting more people.
And if you did not know, Mazeppa Park, one of our largest parks, has over 7 miles of bike trail. We've just recently expanded, and so I know it's a very popular destination. We appreciate all the support from our friends who maintain those trails, and I have yet to experience those trails. So I'm actually
my grandkids go all the time. They love it.
Really?
Dirtier they get, the more fun.
Yeah. So I'm going to plan to load my bike up because I don't live in Mooresville. I actually live in Harrisburg. But I'm going to bring my bike one weekend and come out here and ride the trails of Mazeppa.
I'll go with you. I'll bring my bike too.
Okay.
I will.
It's a
It's a
date.
date.
Let's
It's
do
a
it.
date.
And I can sell you a house.
Yeah, you can sell me a
there you go.
house here.
And you can help me plant my garden.
And you can help me plant my garden. I know people.
We're friends.
You got people.
Yeah.
We're making connections right here. So, what I think is interesting about the Fondo is that it's not just for, quote unquote, professional cyclists, right?
it's not.
It's for everybody. So talk a little bit about that because I'm quite sure that a lot of people maybe that participated in the first one were not, seasoned riders. They just want to come out and have a good time, participate, and contribute to the cause.
That's true. And while there are a lot of them that are serious riders, you see families with their kids on the regular old bikes. So it's really from everything from A to Z, and it also helps, not really helps, but it supports our local bicycle people that are they're the retail and the people that are fixing bikes and selling materials, bikes, tires, everything. So it's kind of twofold for everybody.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. I'm still looking at the sponsor list and I'm still like floored over here. So I just want to shout out a few of these. Obviously Mooresville Realty, you all kind of were the brainchild behind this, and Edifice General Contractors, Randy Marion, Mooresville Glass and Mirror, Lake Norman Realty, Iredell Health. Let's give them a round of applause here.
Yeah.
Cairo Life Wellness, Sawyer Insurance, Niagara, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
This is really impressive, and I'm glad that people kind of came together to do that. So what can we expect from the Fondo? It's on September 8th. How do people sign up and get involved?
I believe there will be a website, and I don't know that it's
Still early, I guess.
It's still early, so I will get back to you on that.
And I believe there is there is a website.
Yep. Let's see.
Lisa emailed it to you, Mooresville Fondo.
Mooresvillefondo@gmail.com. I don't know if there's a sign up yet.
Mooresvillefondo@gmail.com.
Right.
And yeah, you can email, right, for more information?
Right.
Great.
Exactly.
Hey.
Well, I don't have a very expensive bike, but I was talking with our marketing assistant, Karina, who her husband loves to ride, and he goes out to Mazeppa all the time, as well as some other ones. And when she told me what he paid for his bike, I thought, wow, Okay.
They're expensive.
They can be expensive.
Yes.
But I think the more expensive is like the lighter they get, and certainly with the bikes that the dirt bikes, the trail bikes, it's all about shocks, and it's about like being lightweight and super great brakes, and all these wonderful things. So it's to your point, it's helping support local businesses, which is something we're all passionate about as well. And so we will certainly continue to talk about the Fondo as Tracy mentioned, happening in September. It is the second annual. It supports a worthy cause, and we certainly can get behind that. So thank you for continuing that tradition. I know it was a big hit last year, and I'm certainly, as you mentioned, it's probably going to grow in size this year.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Awesome.
So, Barb,
Yes, sir.
tell us a little bit more about the Garden Club and kind of what your purpose and mission is.
Sure. So the Mooresville Garden Club has been around since 1948. It's one of the very first types of clubs.
Wow.
It was a branch of a women's organization in the early 30s and 40s. So we've been around for a long time. We are a federated club, and what that means is that we go all the way up to a national level. So we have a local club here in Mooresville. We have 38 members. We go to a Statesville Council, which is 3 clubs. We go to the district, which is 13 counties. Then we go to the state. Then we go to a region, and then the United States. So all the way up. And being part of a federated club means that we also have abilities to learn. And that's exciting because we have a website with the national level. We have education through the national level. They support so many things that I won't spend a lot of time on it right now, but the national level just does amazing things. Plant America and installing Blue Star memorials. And so there's so many things. There's the wildlife along freeways. So that's a whole nother issue. But back to the Garden Club of Mooresville, we are, the purpose is to stimulate interest in gardening and also related subjects. We do a lot of projects that are annual. So each year we do the same types of projects. For example, this year we started off in February by providing snack baskets to all the EMS first responders.
Oh, nice.
And that was a lot of fun. We produce big baskets, fill them with all kinds of good, nutritious snacks so they can grab and go when they're there working. We do a tree planting every year somewhere in Mooresville. So at one of the town parks, Edgemore or any of the parks,
Sure.
we plant a tree as a memorial, not a memorial, but just a way to honor Arbor Day. We have the tiered planter that's behind the library, the Hockenheim planter, as you may call it. We keep that freshed up with fresh flowers 2 to 3 times a year. We sponsor a youth garden club, so we have members in our club that also work with the children to help stimulate an interest in that. Last year, I'll take it back, we did a 75th anniversary for our club, and that was a big event.
Wow, 75 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now the national level club will be 100 years next year.
Wow.
So it's a long-term club. Special projects for this year, we're going to be working with the town for Mooresville Days. We're excited for that. We also are going to join with the beautification committee here in Mooresville to help install their pollinator garden, which is going to be at the 12th hole of the Mooresville Garden Club. A shout out to my husband, he works there. We also have a scholarship. We're going to give monies to one of the high school students as they are getting ready to go into college for some type of agricultural. And then in the summertime is a really fun time, is when we do all of our tours and trips and, get into the dirt. So
there's probably a lot of people listening that are quote unquote amateur gardeners who like to just plant and have fun in their yards. If they want to get involved with your organization, how can they do that?
Yes, absolutely. We are open club. We have monthly meetings that are on Wednesday morning, the first Wednesday of the month from 10 to 12 at the Mooresville Library. We start in September and we follow a school calendar year. We'll finish in May, and then we do the summertime activities.
Excellent.
So you just show up.
Well, if you are interested in gardening and want to beautify Mooresville or your surrounding areas, then I would encourage you to get involved with the Mooresville Garden Club. And we'll be back with Barb and Tracy right after this message here at I Heart Mooresville.
As local as Mooresville. Christine Patterson and Don Smyle host I Heart Mooresville on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Now, maybe you're super happy about this. Forecasting our warmest week of the year so far, and a couple of dry days too. Maybe the yard won't be so soggy. A mostly sunny day of weather as temperatures climb up to around 70 this afternoon. We'll drop it back into the mid-40s with a mostly clear sky overnight and gradually warming up little by little, day by day. Mid-70s tomorrow, even close to 80 by the time we get to Thursday. And no rain in the forecast until Friday evening. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Happy St. Patty's Day! Plenty of fun and adventure happening around the entire area this weekend. Downtown Cornelius, downtown Mooresville, DeVos Day Vineyards in Troutman, and so much more. As always, we hope you have a fun and safe time celebrating. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts, Pottery for Teens, Paint, 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 Broadway Through the Ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Hey, coin collectors! This is your weekend too. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show at the Statesville Civic Center is this weekend, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. This Saturday, Eagle Rentals in Statesville is having their Customer Appreciation Day. Come out to Eagle Rentals from noon until 4 p.m. and enjoy some time that is sure to be fun for the whole family. 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday. Merlefest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right. Welcome back to I Heart Mooresville. I'm your host, Don Smyle, along with Christine Patterson. And we've had an excellent conversation today with two lovely ladies who are heavily involved in the Mooresville community. And Barb, I wanted to talk to you very quickly because you have something coming up that's kind of important to your organization and its goals. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So the Mooresville Garden Club is a club, and we're a nonprofit. So we don't make money from anything other than our plant sale. And the way our plant sale works is all of our garden club members takes the plants out of the ground, divides them up, puts them in nice pots, labels them with what they are, and we sell them at a plant sale. And this year, as last year, it's going to be on the corner of Main Street and East Statesville. And if you recall, that is an old Saves a Lot grocery store. It's now Christ Community Church, and we use their parking lot for pop-up sale.
Nice. And what day is that?
So it is on April 22nd, the second to last Saturday in April from 8 in the morning till noon, and we sell out. We did.
Wow.
Everybody loves it because we don't want to tell the lows, but we do lower the price because they're a donation from our members to the community. And generally they do really well because they're native, or not native, but they are grown in Mooresville.
Sure. Well, that sounds like something that you should mark your calendars for if you're looking to add some beautiful plants and flowers to your home garden. Then I would encourage you to visit and support this wonderful organization.
Thank you.
And Tracy, so tell us just here in closing kind of how people can get in touch with you and what you can do to help them from a Mooresville Realty perspective.
You can certainly find me. You can Google me, and that's real quick, Tracy Cromie. And
that's Cromie.
Correct.
Cromie.
Thank you. And my email is Tracy at Mooresville Realty, which is real easy.
Our office, Tracy with a C.
Tracy.
C-Y.
Our office is right there on Joe V. Knox right next to Lowe's YMCA. Certainly, you can walk in the door. I'm very findable, and if you want to buy or sell, I do everything from luxury, commercial, land, rentals, everything you could possibly imagine. I will do and have done.
Okay.
Awesome.
So it sounds like if you're looking to buy, sell, or relocate, Tracy's the one you want to talk to.
Be happy to work with you.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for coming today. And as we kind of talk about a little bit what's happening on the Mooresville side, there are some things happening from a Parks and Recreation perspective that I wanted to touch on because they do impact the community, and we like to keep our community up to date with what's happening in our world. So a couple things. One, at Nesbitt Park, if you happen to visit Nesbitt Park, part of that playground will be closed beginning on Tuesday, March 12th, which is today. We're actually looking to do some upgrades to some of the facilities there, and so obviously a small inconvenience for an improvement to that facility. Also, the couple of programs that are going on that I think are fun for the family and for your kids. We have a Lego Fun Club, which is at Selma Brook Recreation Center, and that is a hugely popular program for kids. And basically, it's exploring the Legos, right? And
Can adults come?
They can.
Because I want to go.
They can.
Go play with Legos.
It is, obviously it's kind of a national trend. Lego is fun for the entire family. And so if you're looking to get involved with that, it's at Selma Brook Recreation Center, March 12th through the 16th. It's a Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. So go to mooresvillerecreation.org to learn more. We also have a Bunny Hop Therapeutic Social coming up. A couple weeks ago, we had Lynn Hegedus on, who runs our therapeutic programs at War Memorial, and they have their annual Bunny Hop coming up. It's a therapeutic social. It's on Saturday, March 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. So it's a great way to kick off the Easter celebrations with dancing, crafts, photos, and, of course, the Easter Bunny.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
So it is free. And so if you're interested in that, you can call War Memorial directly or, again, go to mooresvillerecreation.org to learn more. And then, obviously, as Easter approaches, Mooresville Parks and Recreation is heavily involved in Easter festivities. This year, we will bring back the Egg Quest, presented by Carter Bank and Trust, one of our fun partners. So if you didn't participate last year, it's a great opportunity to get out and explore all the parks. And I mentioned earlier, we have 17 parks in our Parks and Recreation family. And this event will begin on March 23rd and run through Easter weekend, which is March 31st. And so the intent is we are going to place large golden eggs throughout the parks. There will be, what's the total? There will be 194 eggs to be found.
Wow.
And each egg will have a coupon inside for a $25 gift card, which can be redeemed at our friends at Carter Bank and Trust. And so it's a great opportunity to take your kids out in the park and explore, maybe learn some of the parks that you may not be aware of. There will be eggs in every single park. And so it's just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun last year, and we're looking forward to doing it again this year. So again, the quest begins on March 23rd and will run through Easter weekend on March 31st. We actually have a dedicated Facebook page, so if you want to log on to Facebook and go to the Mooresville Egg Quest to learn more, you will get all the details.
Wonderful.
The quest.
The quest begins.
The quest. There are lots of upcoming events this month in Mooresville over the next couple months. Of course, it's spring, so event season is in full bloom.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? I like it. Mooresville Day, of course, is coming up March 23rd, which we've talked about. So don't miss that. It's 12 to 4 downtown Mooresville. We do have a website, mooresvilleday.com, that you can go and find out more information. You can find out where to park. We have a shuttle. We have literally planned out your day. You can go and park at the One Mooresville office building at 750 West Iredell Avenue. Hop on the shuttle. Don't even worry about, trying to find a parking place downtown. Come enjoy from 12 to 4 all of the activities that we just talked about, and then just hop back on the shuttle and go to your car. Don't even stress about parking. Of course, there will be a lot of people downtown, so it's going to be a little crazy, but it's worth it if you can, come and enjoy.
Well, I think it's nice this year too because you've spread it out, and so if people were attended last year, it was mainly on Main Street,
Right.
And this year you're kind of expanding that, and the artisan market will actually be on
Broad Street.
Broad Street.
Yes.
So, yeah, so it's a
Larger footprint.
larger footprint.
Yes, so lots more space to do more fun things. I love it. Also, next month, Always Loretta on April 13th. We actually have 2 events happening on April 13th. During the day, from 12 to 5, is our Community Relations Committee putting on the Spring Mosaic Community Festival. That's April 13th. And then in the evening, we have the Always Loretta Show at the Jovi Knox Auditorium. Starts at 7. Tickets are on sale now. There are only maybe 15 left. So definitely grab up those last few tickets. This is the original Loretta Lynn's original band, the Coal Miners, that are fronted now by Emily Portman. It's an amazing show. It's the only tribute show that's actually sanctioned by the Lynn Estate. So it's a really amazing show that you don't want to miss. So ourtownstage.com for those tickets. Then Shamrocks and Shenanigans, of course, March 16th. That's always a fun time. Downtown Mooresville. The fire department comes out and they do the bagpipes. It's definitely a celebration of, St. Patrick's Day. Wear green, get some green beer, have fun on Main. Then Uncorked and Artsy, April 5th at 6 p.m. That's a unique event. We have local artists that set up on the street, and then you can visit each business and get an alcoholic beverage. So you kind of get a mix of, if you enjoy wine, and they have beer too, of course. You can enjoy a nice beverage and look at some art, maybe purchase some art. So that's Uncorked and Artsy, April 5th. And then I want to give a shout out for our Rock the Park outdoor concert series at Liberty Park. So we are kicking off May 3rd. It's the first Friday of every month in the summer from, May through September, except for July because of July 4th. And we have the parade. We're actually doing it on the second Friday. So that'll be July 12th. We have a great lineup, though. We're actually kicking off with a Cat 5 band. So
Love those guys.
Beach music. Yeah. They're award winning. They're actually have on an uptick right now. Very popular and touring. Then we'll have an Elton John tribute. It's going to be so exciting. I love Elton John. I actually went to see Elton John live a couple years ago.
Do you think you could book him for the one of our events?
Oh yeah, I just call him up. We text nightly, so okay. I'm sure he'll just be right there. No, it's good. It's really going to be so much fun. So that's Rock the Park this summer at Liberty Park. And then before you know it, we'll be ready for the outdoor again. We close with Loretta, and then October we'll be kicking back off. But this year, the first Friday in October, we're actually doing a Symphony Under the Stars event. We're bringing that back.
Those are nice. I always love sitting outside under the stars and listening to the symphony.
Yeah. We hope for good weather. And then on September 8th, you can participate in the Mooresville Fondo. We just talked about it. September 8th, you can email mooresvillefondo@gmail.com for more information. And then, of course, April 22nd, we just said it, the Mooresville Garden Club's having the plant sale. Don't forget, it's at the corner of Main Street and East Statesville, and that is April 22nd.
All right. Well, before we close the show out, you know what day it is. It's Tuesday, which means...
Trivia Tuesday.
It's Trivia Tuesday. So, with that said, we're going to ask today's question of the panel, and if anybody knows, please chime in. Before we were Mooresville and incorporated in 1873, what was Mooresville called?
Mayhew?
Huh?
Mayhew?
No.
Oh, hold on.
More.
You know?
No.
You're close. You're close.
It wasn't Moore Park?
No.
Or more something.
Close.
More siding?
Moore's siding.
More siding.
Yes. Moore's siding.
Hey.
Ding, ding, ding. Christine always has the right answer.
I know Mooresville trivia.
Are you looking over my shoulder over here?
No.
Okay.
I remember. I'm friends with the town historian, remember?
That's right.
Did you know that there was, if I can tell you, that Mooresville had a term called More Living in Mooresville back in the 40s?
Wow. Look at them advertising.
We'll have to bring that back from a marketing perspective. I love it. Well, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, obviously, Barb, for being here on iHeart Mooresville. We appreciate it. We will see and hear all of you next week on iHeart Mooresville.
Yay.
Have a great week.
Absolutely.
serving you better than ever before. 105.9 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.